What's going on, guys? It's Wispin here and welcome back to another video. This is actually the start of a brand new series that I'm going to be doing on this channel where I kind of showcase all of the updates coming to the Pokecentral Network. So we're going to go over the changelog, and I plan on doing this series every single Friday, which means there should be updates for the server every single Friday as well. So once a week, a video like this will go up. I'll talk about all of the changes we've made to the network in the past week, and I'll give you guys the opportunity to leave some suggestions in the comment section below for changes and improvements that we can make, things that you want us to focus on. And the main reason for this entire video series is just so that you guys can feel more involved with all of the changes that we are making here on the server. After all, the server is for the players, so you guys should have as much input as possible into the different things that we add, change, remove. So without further ado, let's get into this week's updates. So the first thing I want to show you guys is the brand new Warp Arena. If you want to go ahead and check this out for yourself in game, just type /warp arena and it'll take you right here. Now, if you actually go to this warp and you look right down below you, you will be able to claim yourself a free Beast Ball loot. This can give you a bunch of different things from Arceus plates to Z crystals. So I definitely recommend hopping online and grabbing this loot for yourself. I don't know how long it's going to be here, so come check it out and battle your friends here. This place is pretty awesome. I spent about an hour or so building it, and I think it's definitely a really good improvement. It's March, and I finally removed the Christmas tree that used to occupy this space, and I'm actually working on another build here. I just saw this area and I thought it would be great for kind of like a subway of some kind. I'm not entirely sure on the purpose of this build. I just wanted to build something, so I went ahead and started that. If you have any ideas for what we could use this for, let me know down in the comment section below. Now, the next changes that I've made to the server are actually in regards to spawn rates. So a lot of things have changed with a lot of different types of spawn rates, not just regular Pokemon, but boss Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, all kinds of things have changed. So starting off, Pokemon spawn rates overall have been increased by 80%. That means you're going to be seeing a lot more Pokemon in the wild as you're running around, but even more significant is the increase to non-mega boss Pokemon. So there's two types of bosses in Pixelmon. There are mega bosses and non-mega bosses. The mega bosses are so that you guys can obtain those mega stones, and the non-mega bosses are just there to provide loot. So we increased the non-mega boss spawns by 600%. Now, mega boss spawns have actually been increased by about 50%. It's not a significant increase because we want to keep those mega stones pretty rare, but I decided that they're really not showing up enough, so they're slightly increased. You guys can let me know what you think of those changes. We've also increased the legendary rates by 100%, which means they are now doubled. Now, you may have noticed on the server that there's really no legendary spawning, and actually, we found out that legendary announcements are not currently working. We haven't been able to put out a fix for that quite yet, but hopefully we'll have that done for next Friday's update. But that does mean that legendaries are spawning on the server. It just might not announce every time, so keep an eye out. Now, the last change that we made to the Pokemon spawn rates is just in regards to balancing out the rarity of some Pokemon. So there are a few ultra rare Pokemon that had a spawn rate of 1, which is extremely low and extremely rare, and we actually increased all of those by as much as 10 times. So they went from 1 to 10, which means they're 10 times as common, and you should be able to actually find them in the world fairly frequently now, and some of those Pokemon include Tyranitar, Metagross, Volcarona, Lucario. Starter Pokemon were increased, and there's actually about 20 to 40 other Pokemon that also had a significant increase like that, and there's actually a few Pokemon that we decreased the spawn rate of. So Caterpie, Weedle, Magikarp, they all had extremely high spawn rates, and they were taking away from a lot of other Pokemon's opportunities to spawn. So we decreased all of those type of Pokemon by as much as 2.5 times, so 250%, which is a pretty significant decrease, but I feel like people really don't want to see that many of those Pokemon, and even decreasing them by 250%, they're still, I think, somewhere around 20 times as common as the Pokemon like Tyranitar, Metagross, and all of those really rare guys. So that is all of the changes that we've made to spawn rates. Of course, if there's any changes that you disagree with, agree with, or you think we should continue to make changes to things, let me know down in the comment section below. That is the entire point of this series, is to let you guys know what's happening on the server and give you guys the chance to provide all of the feedback that you want. I am going to be reading the comments and I'm going to be taking in all of the different feedback that you guys provide, and we're going to be putting that into the future weekly updates. So a big thing this week was actually trying to find better ways for players to make money. Now, unfortunately, Happy Hour is actually tied into a move called Payday, so we can't really enable Happy Hour without enabling Payday, and Payday is extremely broken. If you know what it is, it would totally just decimate the economy. So for now, Happy Hour is still disabled. I would like to re-enable it because I feel like the economy kind of balanced itself around having Happy Hour enabled. However, there's really no way for us to do that at the moment, so we're just going to leave it disabled. I decided that we'd actually add some other methods of making money. So there's quite a few Pokemon that now will drop sellable items. Now, not all Pokemon drops are sellable, but there's a few that actually are, and they sell for a pretty big amount of money. So tiny mushrooms, balm mushrooms, big mushrooms, pearls, and a bunch of relics were all added into the game. These items have absolutely no purpose other than being sold, but you can see I just killed a Caterpie, I got a tiny mushroom, and I can head on over to any shopkeeper and sell this thing for $150. Now, there's also balm mushrooms, which will sell for $750. There is big mushrooms, which will sell for $1,500, and there is pearls that will sell for $500. And then all of the relics actually can only be obtained through defeating bosses, and they sell from anywhere from 20,000 to 35,000. So since bosses are still fairly rare even with the changes, I feel like it's a pretty good balance there. If you happen to find a band relic, a vase relic, a statue relic, or a crown relic, which I can show you them all right here, these 4 items, they'll sell for a significant amount of money to NPC trainers. We can continue to add items like that to a bunch of different Pokemon, and we can adjust the prices based on your guys' feedback. Now, the last update, and probably my favorite update out of everything that we've added this week, is Safe Trade. So a lot of people have actually been losing items to clear lag when trading with another player. So they'll take an item, say, we should probably get something more valuable, say a Master Ball, and they'll drop it to another player without looking at chat, and it will actually get cleared from lag, so the other player never picks it up, and it just gets deleted, and that is not fun at all. So we decided to add a method of trading that you guys can use to ensure that the other player gets all of the items, money, Pokemon, or whatever else you're trying to give them extremely easily, and you can do it from anywhere on the server. So even if they're at their base and you're at your base on completely separate sides of the world, you will be able to use this command to trade with them. All right, so I am currently on both my main account and an alternate account, and I'm going to go ahead and send myself a trade request. All you have to do in order to actually initiate a safe trade is do /safe trade and then the player's username. So in this case, I'm going to type Woodspoon. Now, from my other account's perspective, what you'll actually see is Wispin has requested a safe trade, and you can just click accept right there, and that will actually open up the menu. There's a lot going on here, so let's jump straight into it, and I'll explain what everything does. It's pretty straightforward, and pretty much every button has a description of what it does. So the great thing about this plugin is you can actually trade money, Pokemon, and items all at the same time, and you can actually close the trade and reopen it. So let's go ahead and show that off first. If you just click E to close your inventory, and you want to go grab another item to add to the trade, say we'll grab this Master Ball here, then you can type /safe trade open, and that will actually open up the same trade that is currently going on, and it will save everything as it was previously. So the other person can continue to add items, Pokemon, and money to the trade while you go grab some stuff and get stuff to add your own items and whatnot to the trade. So let's go ahead and start with money. It's really straightforward. You click this and you can see it will actually add or remove coins based on if you left or right click. So let's add 1,000 coins to the trade, and you can see over here, this is the total number of coins I have. I have 11.9 million, and currently in the trade, I have 1,000 coins. We can go back and it'll actually save that 1,000 coins there. And let's go ahead and add also an item to the trade. So let's go ahead and throw in this Master Ball, and let's go back, and you can see if we go in here, it'll be sitting right here ready to go. And then finally, Pokemon, which is really cool. You can actually go into this category, click open PC, and you can trade any of your Pokemon in your PC. So let's go ahead and throw in, let's see, we'll trade this shiny Centret, we'll trade this shiny Butterfree, we'll trade the Ammonite, we'll trade the Slugma, the Skarmory, the Aron. We're just throwing a bunch of Pokemon, Pelipper, Pidgey, another Pidgey, why not, Remoraid, another Remoraid, Why do I have 3 shiny Rimmerades? I don't know. Probably because I live on an island on this server, actually. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and head on back, and you can see these are all of the Pokemon in the trade. So you can trade, I believe, up to, 36, right? 4 rows, 4 times 9. Yeah, okay. So you can always go back in, add Pokemon. You can also remove Pokemon just by, I believe, right-clicking. Yeah, okay. So left-clicking doesn't work, but you can remove them by right-clicking, and that'll send them back into your own PC. And then you can go back, and you can make all the changes you want. And once you're happy with the trade, all you have to do is click Ready. Now we're looking at the trade from the other person's perspective. In this case, I'm not going to trade anything from the Woodspoon account. So the other person in the trade just has to click ready as well, and that will actually take you over to the confirmation page. So we're currently viewing this from the Woodspoon account, which traded nothing. So we can see there's no Pokemon here, there's no items here, and there's no money here. But if we go over to this side of the trade, we can see all of our Pokemon are here and all of the items are here. And then all we have to do is go ahead and confirm. And then once we actually confirm on the other account, it will initiate the trade. So we're back on my main account here. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And there we go. That's all we had to do. So as you can see here, we got the Skarmory, Aron, Pidgey. We also got the Sentret and Butterfree over in our party. And we also got the Master Ball that we traded from our main account. So you can do that with anyone from anywhere in the world. Like I said, I think it's a really awesome plugin, and it will be a whole lot less complicated if you're trading with another person and not trying to trade with yourself and jumping back and forth between the 2 accounts. So that's all that we've changed on the server this week. If there's any suggestions that you guys have for next week's changes, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. If you like the changes that we've made to the server this week, go ahead and leave a like on this video. At the end of this video, I actually want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the things that we're working on and things that we have planned. Of course, just the things that I want to mention because we want to keep some updates secret until they're actually released. But there's a couple things that I can say. We are looking into fixing legendary announcements. I think that's really important, and hopefully we'll be able to get that fixed by next week. And we're also actually looking into a few changes with GTS. So I'm talking to the developer, which is Nick Impact. He hops on the server from time to time. He's a really great guy, and I had some ideas for GTS. Mainly, I want to remove this border around here. That would actually allow up to 15 more slots per page, and I think that'll be great for the GTS. And one other thing, which is just a bug at the moment, things like scrolls are not actually showing their item name. So you can see there it says paper rather than legendary clue scroll, and that is a bug that we are going to try to get fixed very soon, and I think it's really important. One other thing that I did want to mention, because a lot of people are having issues figuring out how to sell items on the GTS with just using commands, you can actually type /GTS sell items, and it used to be just item. They changed it to the plural version, items, and then you can actually type the amount of the item that you're holding and the price. So let me go ahead and actually grab a stack of Pokeballs here and try this out. GTS sell items 32 1000, and that'll sell 32 of the Pokeballs for 1000 coins, and you don't actually have to use the regular GTS sell menu, which you can still use if you don't want to type out the command. It's really cool, and I actually really do like this menu, but it does get a bit tedious at times trying to price out items exactly how you want. But with that being said, guys, that is everything for this video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more videos like this every single week, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, because I plan on making this a regular thing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.